Well, great to see you, Chef Art Smith.
Well, great. Thank you very much for having me.
It's great to see you. So tell me, how are you and the kids handling life at home?
Well, I think back when my great grandmother, all the things that she dealt with, from the flu epidemic to World War II and one, and having children and that were in the war. And she always said, if you got food, you got life. And simply, it's just kind of like, I think one thing we realized, I was talking to my manager, is like, when you get quiet and you're not, just bothered and have too many things going on, you really realize it doesn't take a lot. And so I think that, the takeaway from all this is that we don't need to spend as much money as we think we do. We need to be conservative because of knowing that something, I think one of the things that concerned us is that, how is this happening? Well, historically, our culture, world culture, has been subjected to pandemics. And I think we get to a place where we're so incredibly, we feel safe, but we don't realize that, it's still nature. Things still can happen. And I think we just need to prepare ourselves and realize and appreciate each day as we have it, and just appreciate the little things. I do believe that if there is a silver lining, which all of us are saying, how can you have a silver lining with something so horrible? I think that it will teach us to appreciate the quality of life.
Absolutely. And we're both dads. So the kids are home a lot these days.
Right.
You have four. I don't think people realize you have 4 kids. That's a lot of
I have 4
homeschooling.
kids: Angel, Branda, Zuki, and Zumi. And, they're aware, my oldest is, but they also are kind of like, Dad, you can fix everything. I'm like, well, I can't, that's not my, but they feel safe, and they, one of the things you learn with kids in a situation like this, is it really that important? No. If they want to play games a little longer, let them play. If they want to eat cereal more than you want to, let them eat it. If they want to eat snacks, whatever, just let them eat it, because the reality is, let them have some sense of fun and play while all of us do the worrying.
How's homeschooling been for you guys?
The oldest one has challenges with it because he has to stay focused. The other 3 are doing pretty good. I actually have a teacher who actually teaches them, who works with them, even though it's virtual. It's just, the hardest thing for kids is there's so many distractions to staying focused, but they're doing pretty good. They're smart kids. This world event, will affect them in a way that when they're my age, or even not as old as I am, they will say, well, during the coronavirus, pandemic, we were doing this, whatever, and we went about living life. And you have to find your joy. Like Jesus is in the garden digging holes as usual. He never stops digging in that garden, but that is his joy. Okay.
Right.
I'm working out like a fiend. I've lost 44 pounds. My son today, I'm going down the path. I ran over a mile, and he's looking at my face. He says, "Puppy, you look in pain." I said, "No, I just make expressions in my face." But, he was really concerned that I'm overdoing it. I'm like, "No, I'm not." And, I turned 60 about a month ago, and now I'm kind of like, okay, now I need to, to really keep it together.
Let me ask you this, kids being at home means a lot of snacks. I think a lot of parents will tell you, can we have a snack? Can we have a snack? I feel like I was asking them, do you ask your teachers for snacks all the time? So what would be a good snack, an easy snack for parents watching to make for their kids?
The best snack you can have is providing things to allow them to make the choices. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, so we have like this humongous fruit thing, lots of fruit. Okay. And then I have peanut butter. I have all things like that. I have healthy bread. I have I try to use things whole. My oldest, their idea of snack is, I'm gonna make myself a little bowl of pasta. I mean, they do things like that.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That's how they eat.
Okay.
And my son just came down the stairs and says, "Poppy, I want to make myself some chicken." Well, he made his chicken. That's what I'm proud of them, and they're very they know how to take care of themselves.
Speaking of food, I was going to ask you, your restaurants, you have many, many restaurants. How has this impacted your business?
Well, they're all closed.
So a lot of takeout?
None, because we're not set up for that.
Okay.
And it's concerning. But I'm not the only restaurateur that has done this. And I think that if we have to start over again, we start over again. People got to eat. I look at what my friends at Disney are going through now. They're a big company. They're one of the biggest companies in the world, very solid. And I look at what they're going through, and I look what other companies are going through, and I just think that we're all in this together. I personally believe that when it's over, our idea of economies and all will change drastically. I think most, when you think about how many are employed, you think, okay, the amount of people that are unable to pay their bills and everything will sort. I mean, I think that you'll see there's going to have to be a lot of forgiveness, because if we don't do that, we'll never ever catch up. I feel for the people in the cities, because we lived in Chicago for 20 something years, and now Chicago is also one of those hot spots, and we have friends and loved ones there, and here where it's really rural, we don't see it, but I was telling my kids, I said, once it shows itself, because it will, then you're going to see how people react, because I think there's this false security.
Yes.
I mean, the next county, there are people that have the virus in the other county. So it's God protect us and save us. I do go outside early in the morning. There's nobody on the path, and I walk and jog. There's nobody around, and I do that every day. And I have to tell you, when this started, I was reading. I said one of the people who are susceptible for the virus is people with diabetes, and I have type 2. So I was, and Marco, less than 2 months ago, my sugar was going up and down, my blood pressure, and my whole reason for just getting in this healthy place was, one, is to get off medication, but two, that I could be better, and that I wanted to use this time to just really, get myself back together, because we do really great things. I mean, Common Threads has taught kids for over 15 years, and we're doing stuff to help with this pandemic, and then we have a local charity which is helping as a news source and helping to inform. I want to do more, but I can't do more if I'm not healthy. And I personally feel that, yes, there is need now, but Marco, there will be just as much need after. And that need comes from being able to create businesses that will help with the unemployment. I also think the takeout business, I think food that's really quick to get, I think that's going to be extremely in favor. And I think the days of overcrowded dining rooms and pushing people in and out of restaurants, it'll be a few years where you'll find people wanting to pack themselves in bars and restaurants and stuff. And I think we just have to realize that, we as humanity have the ability to really go from this situation and rebuild, and we can be better and much more informed. I just think that we just have to really, really focus and really think about what's important.
Many people know your background, but you also worked with Oprah for years and years as her personal chef. She's kind of a very positive thinker. Have you guys been in contact lately?
We kind of communicate through mutual friends and everything. But from all accounts, I think she's doing really well. I mean, I think just like us, she's all hunkered down where she is in California. All my other friends in Hollywood are doing the same thing. like I said, we're all in this together. I think that, again, we'll get past this, but we need to prepare ourselves with what's next.
Exactly.
And just be aware that the need will be just as great after.
I agree. Well, I want to wrap it up with just 5 quick questions.
Probably my all-time favorite movie, probably current movie, is I love Maleficent. I think Maleficent's fabulous. I love the fact that she's a little evil, but she's also lovely.
We watched that many times in our house. Yes, I know that.
And I think Angelina Jolie is an amazing actress. And there's always, my favorite thing about movies at the end is, okay, what is the song? What is the song that's associated with the movie, and who's singing it? Like, I'm a crazy fan of Sia. I love Sia. I love Sia. I love Sia. She's a little bit quiet now because maybe there was too much Sia. But, there was this, I think there was this movie that wasn't great. The Rock was in it. It was called the San Fernando Fault or whatever, with that big earthquake. And she remade the Beach Boys' California Dreamin'. It was fabulous. It was so wonderful. And, so I thought the movie was like, ugh, but Sia singing that. And then she did I'm Alive, and oh my God, she's really, and then there's, and Demi Lovato, who's, God bless her, I love her. And
her voice is magical.
It is totally magical, and and when they ask her to sing a song, I mean, they're just, it's really funny. I could watch the whole movie like, ugh, and then at the end, that song will just send me, and I'll be listening to it forevermore. I'm waiting for my friend Gaga to do one of those. I think she would be totally amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
But,
everything she does is amazing.
I love Tito's. Me and Tito's are the best buddies. And I love Tito's soda and lime. My husband Jesus has been growing this wonderful citrus fruit in the backyard. He's got sour orange and Meyer lemons and all this great stuff. And I love the flavor of citrus and soda. And basically, it doesn't really taste like alcohol. It just tastes like this refreshing water, you know what I mean? And that club soda with that and all that, it's just delicious. I've never, I own a bourbon bar in Atlanta, but I've never been into brown spirits. But I truly think, vodka's got my name all over it. If it's international, I adore Singapore. I love hawker stands. And I love, if I'm just going to sit and enjoy and eat and cook, there's no better place than the Italian countryside. I love RuPaul. And I have yet to meet RuPaul. And I thought, like,
you guys haven't met yet? That's incredible.
No, I love RuPaul.
Okay.
I think Ru is probably one of my most favorite. Like, I love what he's done to cross those bridges and stuff. And, to be honest with you, we could sit and try to create all these policies and do this and do that. Honey, the best protest is just being there. And that's what I love, is that she did it with fearlessly and just pursued it, and just incredible. And, I also admire, I cooked for Harry, and I love Harry and Meghan. I've never met them. I want to cook for them when they're in Los Angeles, and I'm sure I'll get that opportunity. I loved him, and I loved his mother. I got to cook for her, but I admire them. I know that they've gone through a lot, but I think that a little Southern love would make it for them. So I love people who have gone through so much, but just come back so triumphantly, because, and that's where I want to be in this whole situation, is that use this time to come back better. And the other thing too is, it's just, you have to really just sit yourself still and say, you know what? I have no control. The only control I have is right here in my house, and that's it.
That's all we can do.
Forward. Right.
I agree. Well, Art, this has been so much fun. Thank you for sitting down with us. We're here on the couch having fun. That's a good thing.
My pleasure, Marco. It's a pleasure, and good luck with everything, and stay safe.
Thanks to all of you for watching. Take care of yourself and others, and we'll see you next time right here on the couch.